All right, Red Boys News, splashing the check-in. Thank you for tuning in. Right now, you're watching a video of a man getting robbed of a $500,000 Richard Mille watch in Beverly Hills. The target of a brazen daylight robbery outside of Beverly Hills eatery that netted a $500,000 watch and left the innocent bystanders shot recounted the terrifying ambush to the Post on Friday. So I don't have the audio on, but gunshot must have went off, and that's when you see everybody scattering in this video right here. All right. It can happen anywhere. Just because you think you're in Beverly Hills, especially in California, that's one of those places where just because you think you're in Beverly Hills doesn't mean you're safe. And I'm starting to see that more often everywhere. Remember, used to hear about people getting robbed in the middle of Times Square all the time back in the day. Beyonce's cousin was shot and killed in a nice area in San Antonio, Texas. This guy robbed, an innocent bystander was shot in Beverly Hills. You had, got rappers getting shot and killed in Beverly Hills. It's insane in California. Okay, so jeweler dealer Shay Belhassan said he was sitting with a client celebrity hotspot 2 past, I don't know, when 3 armed thieves came up behind him and made them move to swipe his $500,000 Richard Mille timepiece. And, $500,000 split between, 3 people. That's like what, 160, 165? So in their minds, okay, this is a come up. This is a lick. One of them was choking me from the back with a gun to my head, while the other one was grabbing my arm, and the third one was yanking the watch off my hand, Belhassan told the Post in a phone interview, referring to his Richard Mille 1103 rose gold flyback chronograph of favorite celebs such as Kanye West and Kevin Hart and tennis ace Rafael Nadal. Okay, I took a chance and grabbed the gun and wrestled them to the ground. They were trying to pull the trigger. Wow. Okay, now, in my opinion, I know a thing or two about watches. I've seen Richard Mille watches go from $500,000 to as high as like $2 million, $3 million, right? I don't think any of Richard Mille's watches, to me, are worth $1 million, $500,000. There's nothing about it that would make me want to spend that much money on it. It's just the price, okay? But the value, see, there's a difference between price and value. There's nothing about that watch that, to be honest, there's nothing about any watch that would make me want to spend $500,000. I mean, I don't have $500,000, but even if I had it, there's nothing about any watch, especially this one, that would make me want to spend $500,000. Okay. If the brand of Richard Mille was never anointed, a watch like this, I've seen watches like this go for like $300, tell you the truth. But the most I would spend for a watch like that is probably like $2,000, in my opinion. I don't think it's worth no more than $2,000. But the price is that. 4 shots rang out, and during the struggle, the jeweler dealer said, and one of the slugs struck a woman in the leg who was sitting at the restaurant with her boyfriend. I believe one of the robbers got shot while they were struggling with me on the ground, he said. The witnesses were saying he ran while holding his stomach. I know while we were fighting on the ground, a couple of bullet shots, I believe one of them hit him. Okay. He added that he was happy to escape the robbery with his life. They were coming to shoot. They didn't come to play around. There was zero fear in their eyes, he said. Okay, and that's the woman who got shot. Okay, more people were running. All right. Either that's waiter or valet. I don't know. Now, I want to say this, man. All you guys, you see a lot of entertainers, they spend big money. And sure, you can call it hate, you can call it jealousy, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I really don't see anything that's worth putting that much money on your body. Okay, the most expensive thing I feel like you should have on yourselves is clothes. Okay, there's nothing wrong with wearing a watch. You can wear whatever the hell you want to, but having that much money on a wrist, on a chain, on some earrings, you could easily lose it. Doesn't matter how much money you have. You could be a billionaire. $500,000 is still $500,000. And, you know, when you're showing your plate to a bunch of people that are hungry, you know, I got that from on the Troy Terrain show. There was a guy from Florida who called in and said that when you're showing your plate to a bunch of wolves that are hungry, doesn't matter where you are at any given point, any given time, they're coming. All right. See, when you have that type of money, when you have those type of investments put into a business or put into a safe or, you know, invested into crypto, you have that type of money, you know, you're franchising into other businesses or Forex, people just can't come through and take it. Okay. You can't just come through and take it. I'm pretty sure he has insurance on it. But the thing is at the end of the day, when you buy expensive shit like this, the moment you have it on your wrist, after about a month, you get tired of it, especially with social media. When people see you with the same chain, the same watch on, you got to keep buying more shit to let those endorphins loose in your brain. You see what I'm saying? Those endorphins release when you purchase it. Then those endorphins release when you take pictures of it on Instagram and post it, the likes. Then you slowly start to get depressed after you've only had it for 2-3 months. And then not only, you know, you're reading the positive comments, you read the comments from idiots saying, well, damn, like you've had that watch for how long now? Shit, you've had it for 2 years now. See, 2 months is 2 years on social media. Then you spend more money on more money and more money, and shit that can be on your wrist, around your neck, and you're spending that much and people know about it, they can easily take it. And I guess I'm speaking from a minimalist standpoint. If I was an entertainer worth millions, I wouldn't even have a car. I wouldn't even have a house. I wouldn't wear any jewelry. I used to work in the gym district. This is why I can speak from this. All that shit that you see a lot of rappers and shit paying for, especially with diamonds and gems, they're not worth that much. They're nowhere near worth as much as you think they are. That price is set in stone because of the labor, but the actual gems themselves, they don't cost that much. All right. They really, if you knew how much diamonds and emeralds and rubies actually cost, you'd be like, shit, like you wouldn't really see the value after how much if I were to tell you how much they really cost, you know, per carat. But yeah, I mean, as a minimalist, I wouldn't have a house. I wouldn't have no car. I wouldn't have no jewelry. I would just rent. I would just rent and chill. You know, have some clothes here and there. Once I'm done with them, auction them off. Buy some more clothes, auction those off. I wouldn't have any vehicles, nothing. You know, invest in businesses and invest in security. Invest in defense. You know, a lot of this flossing is what's getting people tapped out here. You know, this man almost lost his life over a $500,000 watch that to me doesn't even look. I won't even wear that watch for free because I just don't like the look of it. You know, but if they handed me one that looked all right, I wouldn't pay no more than $2,000 for it. I got several watches, but I have watches that look better than this one. But since this man's name, Richard Mille, has been anointed, it's worth $500,000. Excuse me, its price tag is at $500,000. But the value to me, look, don't put value in worthless junk. And then when you try to sell it back, you're like, yeah, I'm tired of this. Let me just get my money back. Then you find out how much it's really worth. You find out, okay, you're like, damn, I spent $500,000 for it. You know, you don't even know where to go to sell it. And that's the thing. A lot of a lot of people who buy jewelry and buy watches and chains and shit, they think because they're spending that much on it that they'll get that money back, like it's that valuable. No, that's not how it works. Don't be surprised you spend $500,000 on it and you only get $60,000 back. A lot of people don't even know where to go to resell a watch like that. A lot of idiots that don't know too much about the jewelry game, they'll go to jewelers to try to sell it. You don't go to the jeweler to try to sell. Anyways, I'm talking too much. Hey, my heart goes out to the woman who got shot in the leg. That's very sad, especially when she didn't have anything to do with it. Be careful out there, man. Don't be so don't floss. Don't be flashy. Because at the end of the day, it's just a watch that tells the time. And more than half the times, you guys not even using the watch. You're not even using the watch to tell time. It's just, some bragging rights that you have. Most of the time, even when you got a watch, you still use your phone to tell the time. Hey, man, like, subscribe, comment, share this video. I'm over and I'm out. Peace.